This is a video I've wanted to make for a long time, and wow, I'm doing a really good job of getting the reflections of the behind the scenes and across the street at you guys here. This is about how I ended up mounting my teleprompter to something. The short answer is you use a baby plate or a wall plate or a studio mount plate, whatever you want to call these things, and you get yourself a studio tripod. This is sometimes a light tripod. The main thing is that you can remove the spigot and then you can insert the teleprompter, tighten that down. Okay, it's a little bit crooked. I got to work on that a bit, but it's good enough and it's super stable. And if I put it in front of the camera, you'll never know what's going on. As you can tell, I am not great at ad-lib or impromptu talking, so I really wanted to build myself a teleprompter. This is nothing special. It's a sheet of 1/2" MDF with some foam core, cardboard, cardstock, 5mm paper stuff on top. And then inside we got some beam splitter glass. The beam splitter glass is about the only thing special with this. And aside from that, I'll say if you're gonna use foam core, cardstock, cardboard, anything like that, don't just tape your seams. Actually go ahead and glue them. I was just taping this and it kept falling apart. It would work for a little while, but it kept falling apart. Once I glued it, it has stayed exactly like this since. I spent a lot of time looking at all the YouTubes because everyone wants to be like the biggest gearhead and they want to have rails because they might turn the camera a little bit and they might do this or that or whatever. And everything I could find for rail solutions was going to take a lot of time and a lot of money and be a lot of fuss. And I didn't want to do any of those things. I wanted to do cheap and quick and easy. So the first thing that I came up with was this little, definitely underrated impact arm on a super clamp. And I took a wall plate, but because I didn't have anything in here, I actually ended up grinding the wall plate down so that I could get it in and then I could tighten it in like this. This would not fit in here without the extra grinding. Kind of a pain that way, but it was what it was, and it wasn't very good. This would slide a lot. It could start a video okay, and then by the end it was like drooping and drooping and drooping. Not good. Like I said, it was definitely underrated. This is not meant to hold this much weight. I mean, it's not heavy, but it is a piece of MDF, so it does have a bit there. And this is just not meant for that. After my house fire, I had spent a lot of time not doing any like photography stuff. So all I had in my mind for a while was a standard tripod. And it's got the fixed 5/8 end in with a little bit of a thread at the end. This is a little newer thing, pretty standard, cheap little tripod. Works for a lot of stuff. It didn't work to attach this. I only later found out that they make a receiver head for the studio wall mount, for the baby plate, for the whatever you want to call it. So with the receiver head, I could have, instead of used this, because it then has a receiver on it, just plonk that on top of here, and that would have been good to go. For me, in Canada, that would have cost twice as much as what I ended up figuring out. Before I came up with this solution, I was trying to find anything that I could use to grip two of these at once, and I came across a grip head, which was again more expensive. And I also came across something I used to have that comes with the magic arms and the super clamps from Manfrotto, which was the 143 BKT. It's basically a little bracket you can see somewhere on the screen with two holes that you can put these 5/8 into, thread them down, and it also has a sliding spot for a camera tripod, which I wouldn't have been able to use, but it would have worked great for putting onto here and putting an unground baby plate into, and then it would have been kind of offset like that and it would have worked fine. But I didn't have any of those left over, and those again are really expensive. You can get these studio stands with the removable spigot starting at like 60 bucks Canadian, which if you combine it with the baby plate for about $20, $22, that was not bad for something that I could mount and screw to anything I want. This rig will hold as much weight as I could ever want to put on it. So if you're looking for a way to make a little budget teleprompter, foam core, beam splitter glass, some people can get away without the beam splitter glass, a baby plate or a baby plate receiver, and a tripod. That's about all I can do for right now. It's been super hot here lately, and before I melt into a puddle, I need to get the fans and the air conditioners going again. I hope this helps, and if it does, like and subscribe. Come and tell me on Twitch chat.